Here is an article from Fox News. Hi, it's Mark King here. The article is C virus could be airborne, study suggests. It's by Madeline Farber. Again, on Fox News. This is a scary prospect if true. They cite a, a study, but it's not peer reviewed, so you need the experts to look over the findings. But it's still worrying. So, in a joint study by the University of Nebraska Medical Center, the National Strategic Research Institute of University of Nebraska and others, researchers found genetic material from the virus that causes C19 in air samples from both in and outside of confirmed patients' rooms. The findings offer limited evidence that some potential for airborne transmission exists. Researchers said, though they warned that the findings do not confirm airborne spread. Look, it's very worrying. Like, we still don't know much, right? But what I do know is very scary when every single country has basically completely shut down all travel. Okay, they've started implementing I'm going to say no go zones or restrictions on travel, and it's very troubling if this even has the potential to be true. That means there's no stopping it, in all honesty. But we'll see. Hope for the best. Hopefully what they say, if it's really hot, the virus can't exist when climate's really hot. So let's hope. Let's hope for global warming. Cross my fingers. So, um, so anyway, researchers looking to better understand viral shedding and how it related to the novel virus took air and surface samples from 11 patients' rooms, very small sample size, but still. During the initial isolation of 13 people who tested positive for C19, the researchers found virus genetic material on commonly used items such as toilets, but also air samples, thus indicating that the C2 is widely disseminated in the environment. And it's the name of the virus that causes C19. So, again, very troublesome. There's people who are licking toilet seats. They deserve what they get. I feel a little bit sorry for them, but, you know, don't do, don't do stupid things. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So, not only was the virus detected within the C19 patient's room, air samples from the hallways outside of the rooms where the staff was moving in and out of the doors were also positive, they wrote. So basically, inside and outside the room where the patients basically weren't, they probably weren't in the hallway, and the virus still showed up outside the rooms. Essentially, this is what they're saying. But they still be wheeled into their room, so I don't know. Anyway, these findings indicate that disease might be spread through both direct droplet and person to person, as well as indirect contact, contaminated objects, and airborne transmission, and suggest airborne isolation precautions could be appropriate, they concluded. Noting the findings suggest that C19 patients, even those who are only mildly ill, may create aerosols of the virus and contaminate surfaces that pose risk for transmission. That's what I'm worried about. Like, so far we haven't heard surface, like, okay, so what means surface? I mean, like, packages from China in our mail system infecting people. That concerns me, because I receive packages daily from different places, different countries, and that really scares the heck out of me if true. So I've got to watch myself. The smart thing to do is just stop getting packages. But it's kind of like, well, you don't really go outside, so you have to get things from somewhere. So only time will tell. Hopefully that's a little bit overblown. But as I say, better be safe than sorry. So coronavirus claims live of New York City mailman. I heard about that, but I didn't really look into it. But still, very concerning. Alright, when people start going on strike, then that's a issue. So it could be a bigger problem. Like, takes me to this story here. It's titled NYPD commissioner on losing 5 members to C virus, we don't really even have time to mourn. So essentially, this story, the New York City Police Department law lose 5 people essentially affiliated somewhere, either their officer or a different public servant, civilian member, basically. And it's saddening. But the thing is, when things like this happen, right? People should worry about is police officers not doing their jobs, or police officers basically ignoring criminality. Because what you'll see is criminality go up, public discourse completely break down, and you'll always see it in the less affluent neighborhoods first. If you get my drift, if we just look at things what happened in Ferguson and things like that, right? When you look things like what happened, um, it always starts in those areas first, and then those areas after they ransack their own neighborhoods, they'll ransack outside neighborhoods, suburbs. So this is the biggest fear. Some people have impulse control. People who are in these urban areas, they have real impulse control, and again, I believe a lot in genetics. It might be a genetic thing. Um, okay, so I've I've been to these tough areas in different cities, and I've been friends with all these people, and I see what happens. Usually what happens is that the woman, they kind of have the same men, if you get my drift, and have the kids with the same men. So imagine if 20 women have the same father, same husband, and but they could also have the same father, and that's problematic. So that may lead to a genetic breakdown in IQ, and this could really be causing violence in a lot of these places. It's just not a theory I have in my head, but only time will tell. If things really start to break down, you'll see violence and rioting start happening, and grocery stores will be robbed, and then things will really break down, because then the supply chain, what was there, it's going to be completely dismantled. Alright, so I hate to say the dire warnings, but just stock up, be prepared, make sure you hide things away as best you can, and don't tell people you have things under control, before people can realize they might rob you, okay? So that's the thing, just, hold your tongue, be safe, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is listening, just be safe, guys, okay? So take care, be safe, please share, save, subscribe, the usual story. I'll be back with probably more stories coming up, so stay tuned.